Hey guys, welcome back. It is Saturday, July 31st. We are out again hunting today. Goal is to actually take you guys along for a full week of hunting for Halloween decor. I'll be going out obviously today, tomorrow, and whenever I can throughout the week after I'm done with work. So hitting up a couple different stores, see what they've got throughout the week, since I know since we're getting into August, we should be getting a lot more decor coming out at your stores. So hopefully we find some good finds and plenty of code oranges if we're lucky. Looking a little barefaced today. If y'all saw my last video, you heard my voice going throughout the entire thing. Well, the day I finished filming, I went to sleep, woke up, and oh Lord, was I sick. Sinus infection, laryngitis, chest congestion, pink eye, the whole shebang. So finally got over it. I'm so full of meds throughout this entire week that if you shook me, I would rattle. But it's cleared up. But unfortunately, I am currently buying new eye makeup. Thankfully I was able to salvage the palette that I used by spraying it down with 91% alcohol that you use to clean cuts and scratches and everything. So that was fine. But mascara, eyeliner, jumbo eye pencils I use for my waterline, just finished buying those again. Makeup is expensive, y'all. But that's all been restocked, so we're going a little barefaced today, but that will not be the case the rest of this week, because I'll admit I feel a little naked right now. But in any case, we're gonna head out. I'm gonna check out Michael's. I'm hoping they may have their stuff in. I'm praying we're in that 2-3 week mark where they should have their stuff in, so let's see what we get. And then I'll probably also swing by Homegoods and JOANN's to see if their stock has changed at all or if we have anything new. So hopefully we do. Okay, good news and bad news. Good news. Tiny smidge of Halloween. So they do have their ceramic trees out that they had last year. I know At Home's been doing their own version of these, but the ones at Michael's, they have two versions this year. So they had the original one where we all saw, I believe, last season, which was black with a jack-o'-lantern on top for a little tree topper, and the lights that you could change in and out were jack-o'-lanterns, orange jack-o'-lanterns, and purple bulbs. And again, the tree itself was black. This year, they also had an orange one where the tree topper was a purple witch's hat, and I believe the bulbs that you could change out were purple witch's hats and something else. I'm blanking on it, but really cool and a little different. Really liked it. And they also had the bulbs themselves for sale that you could change in and out of if you wanted to. So now for the bad news. They still have their 4th of July gear out. It's on 70% sale, but it's still there. Still aisles of red, white, and blue. Next aisle over is all their fall floral, so they still have that. Nothing for the wreaths, nothing for the decor. So I checked with somebody behind the counter. They're not getting anything out on the floor for their wreath stuff until the end of August. The end of August. That is so late for Michael's when it comes to the wreath stuff. I had a Facebook memory pop up earlier this week of me finishing my Halloween wreath from last year from all the stuff from Michael's. So they are more than a month behind now. The reason why they're not going to put anything till end of August, they don't have enough stock. They don't have enough stock to make it worthwhile to put on the floor. So, oh God. Michael's, you're killing me, folks. Killing me. So if I go out to Indy, up north to Chicago, west of St. Louis, something like that in the near future, I'm hitting up a Michael's, because at least I know those Michael's should hopefully have something. I see photos of it everywhere. People with Michael's have stuff, but whatever. Next up, let's hit up Homegoods and JOANN's to see if their stuff has changed or not. So here's to hoping. So I just got out of both Homegoods and JOANN, so let's talk about Homegoods first. Again, they don't have a lot of stuff out on the main end caps. This is one, again, where you're going to have to kind of weave your way through the aisles to find the stuff that you want. So what I first saw was some decor, like regular house decor for once. So your skeletons are back this year, the standing skeletons that hold various items for like platters and plates and everything else, bowls. Saw the one where they looked like they were holding some sort of long object that you could place something on. Another was 4 skeletons, looked like they were leaning back and holding something else. I hadn't seen that one last year, so that was interesting. Of course, I saw your garland, your cloth garland, kind of like your yarn style. Believe saw skeletons, jack-o'-lanterns, candy corn, some yarn balls of like Halloween colored, spiders, a couple others. Saw I believe it was like a welcome sign or a happy Halloween sign that you can lean up against your doorway. Saw an interesting gnome. I gotta admit it was cute. I hate admitting it was cute. It had a witch hat with not bedazzled, but like, or grommeted, I don't know, bat wings. That was different, and I admit it was adorable. Grr. A witchy sign, very glittery, that you could stand up somewhere. Some gold jack-o'-lanterns, I saw those. And I'm probably forgetting a couple others in that decor aisle. If I'm forgetting anything, I'll show what I saw in the video clips and everything else. So moving on from decor, we then advance to the glassware section. Did not see any spooky mugs. However, I did see spooky glasses. So I saw a couple of glasses that were witchy scenes. So saw some that were witches on broomsticks over a forest. Saw a couple of those. Saw some interesting light bulb looking glasses. So they look like giant light bulbs, and the straw comes out at the end where you normally would screw the light bulb into something. So I believe the ones that I saw were jack-o'-lantern pattern and then bat pattern. So that was interesting. Of course, your oil slick skull cups that you could, like mason jar looking cups that you could drink out of. But they have a slow smattering of things coming in of your glassware at the very least. Plateware was mostly gone that I saw last time. So I did see the giant skull plate though, for that was a platter size there. Moving on to placemats. So I saw a gray one, I believe it was Happy Halloween, small little Happy Halloween in the corner. So very muted style. There was another placemat that I saw that I'm blanking on the exact design of, I'm sorry. More of the napkin holders this time. They were pumpkin rhinestone napkin holders, ghost rhinestone napkin holders, and large spider ones for like your jumbo napkins. So I actually prefer the smaller spider ones that I saw the last time better. Did see some table runners this time. There one was white and the other was orange, but they both had the same bat design on it. So more towels this time. These were thicker, so these would definitely be the ones that I recommend for like actual drying your dishes, and it actually would do a good job. So I believe these were more animal themed, dog, cat. Speaking of dogs and pets, they did have their Halloween pet toys out. So I got video of all of those. I need to pick one up for my mom's dog at some point. Because I picked her up a Halloween donut 2 years ago, I think. And according to my mom, that is still her favorite toy ever. Then moving on to blankets. Most of the blankets were gone that I had. Actually, all the blankets that I showed last time were gone. This time they only had one that was skulls. Their pillows, almost all their small pillows were gone. Instead, they had giant pillows that you could put on your couch. These were extremely soft, very nice. Skulls were a very big theme this time. So your skull print, one with skulls on it. I think there was a couple of spider webs. They had a skeleton that was sitting in butterfly position. I'm blanking on the exact position, and it's sad because I used to practice yoga. But a couple of others that I'll show, black and white and gray and different textures and colors and everything else. It was very nice. They did actually have one that was interesting, that was a white and gold beige skull print, so I hadn't seen something like that yet. Very different from your normal black and white and your more spooky looking stuff. That's all that I really saw at Homegoods this time around. So since everything that I saw last time has sold and we have new stuff this time, I'm going to be checking back throughout the week to see what new stock they get in. Moving on to JOANN's, they didn't really have anything new this time around. The only thing that I did see was a new Halloween sign. It said welcome with jack-o'-lanterns at the bottom. They also had a mummy and a Frankenstein, little small one about 2 feet tall, maybe 2 feet tall, that you could sit in your doorway. They also had a scarecrow looking witch that you could put out into your front yard. I did notice that all their Halloween decor is already 30% off that they do have. So that happened real quick, folks. And an addendum to the witch sign, because I'm still debating it. It is 1.5 to 2 feet tall. I'm sorry, I must have made this into a much bigger thing, but it's still very sweet and cute and adorable, and I am still debating it. So I think that's all I'm going to have for today, for Saturday. I'll be going out again tomorrow. Probably check out Menards and Home Depot to see if they've got anything out yet. I'm going to swing into Target to grab some groceries. And unless they have anything in their dollar spot, I'm probably going to call it here for the actual hunting portion. But if they do have something, I'll show it to you. If not, I will probably see you guys later. So for anyone who's kind of curious about the passenger I've got. So I actually got this from work. They were going to throw it out. They were going through a couple of things and realized we still had some Halloween items from a thing we did a couple years ago. I got a text message while in a meeting, and one of my coworkers was like, do you want this? Because if not, we're just going to toss them out. And I immediately went and grabbed it. Don't know if he or she is going to be riding along with me for this entire Halloween hunting situation or not. I'm still debating that. But it was too good of an opportunity to pass up. So for right now, they're just chilling back there. So we'll see if they stick around with us or if I'm just going to put them in the house. I don't know yet. We'll see. Okay, happy Sunday, folks. It is already late in the evening, but technically that is my morning. So getting a little bit of a late start, but that's fine. Still have plans to go to Home Depot and Lowe's today. And if we can't find anything, I might stop by TJ Maxx just in the hopes of finding something that I can share. So that would be the goal. But this is the outfit for today, which is actually going to be my work outfit. Dress is Nasty Gal. Shoes, again, are Killstar. Hat is Killstar. The necklace is a gift I got from Etsy for Christmas, and I will see if I can find it again for you guys, from an Etsy shop called Raven Ranch. No, this is not real. This is I believe it's a plaster cast or some sort of cast that stands up pretty well. So I will link all the stuff that I can, but let's head off to a couple stores and see what we can find. Okay, so just got out of Home Depot. I suspect this might be the situation, but they didn't have anything at all. So all their stuff is still online only by the looks of it. I have a feeling that's probably going to be the case at all your large stores right now, like Lowe's and Menards. Though, like I said, didn't find anything, but did get a compliment on my outfit and my shoes. So thank you to those folks. I I appreciate it. Made my day. But let's head off to Lowe's and see if there's anything there or not. So I just got out of Lowe's. Didn't see anything Halloween at all. The section where they normally have everything stocked was still for summer lawn care, flowers, things like that. Did see as I was walking out a pallet full of Halloween candy that was still all wrapped up. So we might be a little closer than I think. I'd say a few weeks and we might see actual decor at Lowe's. Probably mid to late August is what I'm guessing. However, given the fact that a couple other stores right now are also behind, case in point, Michael's, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what comes out. We'll see what happens. I said I was going to hold off Menards until later this week. I think I'm gonna go now since it's just right across the street. See if they've got anything. Probably not. I'm guessing it's gonna be the same as both Home Depot and Lowe's. But if that's the case, then I'll at least swing by TJ Maxx and hope we have something there. Later this week, I'm gonna make a giant list of stores that are in my immediate area. And when I say immediate, I mean within a 20-minute driving range that normally would hold Halloween decor, and then just systematically go through those, figure out when they should be getting stuff out, and just make the rounds from there. All right, so nothing at Menards, like I suspected. All of their area where they normally have their decor out is grills right now, and anything involving summer outings and things like that. So let's head on to let's head on to TJ Maxx and see if we can find something there. And hopefully we have something. I'd like to show something Halloween today. That'd be great for Sunday before I have to go to work. So here's hoping we have at least one code orange today. Okay, just got out of TJ Maxx, and bless that store for raising my serotonin levels. They did have Halloween, a little bit of Halloween. The first things that I saw were a couple of jack-o'-lanterns. One was a very soft, fuzzy one with a witch's hat on it. Then there was also from Peanuts, a rather decent-sized Snoopy, where the body was a jack-o'-lantern. Snoopy wearing a costume, so that was cute. Then they had some dancing items. One was a mummy. The other was what looked to be a dachshund, a skeleton dachshund. Both of them danced to Thriller from Michael Jackson, so I can't play the sound because I know that's copywritten, but it was cute. It was adorable. They also had some spooky mugs. Again, Peanuts. So these were also Snoopy in costume with Boo written all over it. These were orange. Also had some Jack Skellington spooky mugs. A couple different faces. Happy Halloween. Two were rather large spooky mugs. I'd say they held on average 2 average cups of coffee. That would be 1 cup of coffee for me, personally. The other was your normal size coffee cup, which is more like a teacup for me. Then they had something very unique and different. Succulents. Halloween succulents. So the succulents themselves are green, but the canisters that they were in had different faces on them. Jack-o'-lanterns, scared face, spiders. I think there's a spider, might have been a bat. Can't quite remember. But the colors themselves were very bright and cheerful, but with a Halloween touch. So I thought that would be great if you're doing kind of like a Halloween all year round. Like for me, I would buy those up and save those for spring, and then decorate my coffee bar, which is what I've already done already, in kind of like a succulent kind of design and theme. But they had 2 different sizes, small and large. So I thought that was rather unique. I hadn't seen anything like that yet. So that was pretty cool. Saw quite a few towels. I did see one of a mitt towel set that was Mickey and Minnie Mouse. The towel itself was, the towels themselves were rather thin. Again, more like your dessert set, tea set type service. Actually, most of the towels I saw were very that thin side. Some are borderline thin thick, but I still wouldn't trust it to do to last more than a set of dishes before it's sopping wet. So I'll show all the designs I saw there. Did see one that I really liked. That was a haunted house with like witches flying. Love that. Really wish it was thicker because I would have gotten it. Of course, your pets and dogs in costumes. We always see that. It's always a tried and true. Everyone loves it. But quite the selection of towels this time around. So for pillows, there was also a crossover with Homegoods. Same with the towels, in all honesty. Since they are both technically the same store, just for some reason here, they're different locations. But pillows I saw were, again, the skull pillow. I did see a gnome one, again, with the legs hanging off. This was large. So all Halloween decked out for that one. Another one was Happy Halloween. That was like a longer pillow. I believe it was gray, if I remember correctly. Also saw a table runner this time, and this one's interesting. It lights up. So the jack-o'-lantern itself will light up. So that was different. That was rather unique. Dog toys. Oh, all the dog toys. So I like one specific line they've got this year, which is Halloween puppuccinos and donuts. So they had different ones for that. One was focused more on ghosts. The other one was focused more on jack-o'-lanterns. They also have what looked to be like a wine bottle that was, or a liquor bottle that was Halloween decked out. Very soft, squishy squeaks. So that was nice. Saw a couple of other rope toys. One was jack-o'-lantern. The other was a ghost. And I believe the third was a spider. And I did see a ghost, almost alien looking item. I don't know if you use it for tug of war or whatnot. In any case, it's a general dog toy. So that was pretty nice. That's all I really saw at TJ Maxx. Mine normally doesn't have a lot of items out anyway, even in prime hunting season. For some reason, mine's just rather small. But that's okay. That's why I've got Homegoods too as well. But at the very least, we saw some Halloween today. Saw some Code Orange. So I think I'm gonna call it then for Sunday. Probably won't be able to go out tomorrow or Tuesday because I've got appointments after work. But Wednesday, I'll be back out making the rounds again. And like I said, I'll be making a giant list of all of the locations in town that normally carry Halloween decor. May not be at this exact moment, but they generally do have Halloween decor. So at least we have a list of that we can go off of and figure out, okay, who's got what and everything else. So with that, I will see you on Wednesday, more than likely. Okay, everyone, it is technically Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday morning. Getting ready to go to work. But I'm trying to make my plan for what I want to do today after work when it comes to hunting for decor. So I realized I needed to figure out what all stores I had available. I've never made a master list of all the stores before in my area. So I sat down, actually have quite a few, and I just got to figure out which ones I want to go to tomorrow and Thursday. Not tomorrow and Thursday, today and Thursday, sorry. And then go from there. And also depends on if these stores actually have stuff or not. So this is what I've got so far. So this is actually a pretty lengthy list. I think I counted 24 stores on here. So I know about half of these aren't gonna have anything yet. That would be definitely Tuesday morning, Ross, Five Below, Burlington, Aldi. We all know that Target's going to be late. Same thing with at least Michael's. Spirit Halloween will be opening up soon. I know where that's going to be. So as soon as that opens, I'll be heading there. So I think for tomorrow, I'm going to go back to Hallmark. I want to swing by Homegoods because that's going to be a one that's going to be changing their stock constantly. And I'd like to stop by Dollar Tree. And then on Thursday, go by Kohl's and TJ Maxx. maybe Homegoods again. And I might give Tuesday morning a chance and swing by. Last year, they never got anything in, ever. So that may have just been stocking issues, I don't know. But Tuesday morning was a big disappointment last year. So we shall see if we get anything after work or not. So we shall see if I find anything after work. I'm hoping, I really am. So I will touch base with you folks then later. Went to Hallmark. Didn't see anything that was really new this time around. So what we've got is we have the Jack and Sally Tiki mugs. I saw those on another time I went into the store. I don't think I brought my camera that time though. I was just doing a very quick errand. But so there is there's ceramic, and I believe they're also for hot and cold. So you have Jack Skellington and Sally, pretty decent sized. You can put a pretty decent drink in there. So those are nifty. We'll probably end up grabbing those before the season is over. Also saw some more Peanuts items. So I did see a Linus for the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown with a couple pumpkins. So I saw that little figurine out. It was in a display in the center when you walk through the doors of the store. Also saw a small Snoopy pirate costume ornament. I believe it was for one of the miniature trees. So this will be like a tiny one. They didn't have any of them actually out, so all I saw were the boxes. And then I did see a very interesting plush blanket or throw that was Peanuts. So that one had the characters and all the different costumes and everything. So that was nice. I believe that was about $35 or so, if I'm remembering that correctly. So not too much different right now. They still had the eyeball candy jar, or whatever that jar is, and I'm still debating that one. But other than that, not too much more new movement coming from the Hallmark stores. So next up is going to be, what is next? You have to excuse me, folks. I just got off of work. I've been awake since 7:15 p.m. and it is currently 11:30 a.m. So my brain's a little fried right now. So you're probably gonna see slap happy Nicks before it's all said and done. Homegoods. Next is Homegoods. So let's see if they got new stock. Knowing them, they probably do. The question is, even though it's shortly-ish after opening time, what's their stock situation gonna look like after restocking? So let's go find out. Okay, folks, I lied. Sorry, I lied. Said I was going to Homegoods. Instead, I decided to stop by Tuesday morning since it was right by Hallmark, just in case they happened to have anything. Like I said, last year they had nothing whenever I stopped by. So I didn't expect to see anything. Oh, I was wrong. Oh, was I wrong? And I'm so happy. I've never been so happy to be wrong in my entire life. So, walked in, turned to the right, didn't see anything, went through a couple aisles, didn't see anything. Turned to leave the store, and right in the front corner, I'm surprised I missed this, was an entire section devoted to nothing but Halloween. And folks, it was so pretty. So, first thing that caught my eye was the plethora of witch hats. So, two that I saw at the very top of a display area, they weren't wearable ones. They were ones that you could stand up on the floor, whatnot, or on a bookcase if you have a really big bookcase. So they're pretty tall. One was black and orange. The other was purple and orange. So those are definitely statement pieces. Saw several other witch hats that you could just wear. I'm probably blanking on half of the designs of what they look like, and it also doesn't help that I desperately need sleep right now. So, I know one involved spiders, the other involved a witch's legs upside down, like they just like dove straight into the ground and crashed on their broom kind of situation. Continuing the same theme, witches. Oh, so many selections for witches. So they had your standing witches, similar to what you have from at home. They had two different versions. One was a very Elphaba looking one, so green skin and everything else. The other, I believe that was also a black and red themed witch. And then they had ones that you could just sit on a shelf somewhere, and they had a slew of designs for that one. Different colors, different skin colors, different clothing designs, what they were holding. One was holding a broom, the other was holding a scepter with a skull on the end. I mean, witches to your heart's content. And then they had witch heads, which I believe are supposed to be ornaments that you could hang on spooky trees. But I thought these were just great just to sit around, and they even have bottoms to them so you could just sit them somewhere and they wouldn't roll or anything. So there was one that was black and silver with silver hair. Another one was black and purple with green skin like Elphaba. They had a couple that were older looking witches, wrinkled skin and everything else. I think one was orange and black, and I'm blanking. Oh, no, it was, and this one was orange and black. The second was black and blue, a clothing design. And then there was a black and red one that was a younger looking witch. So I believe that's all the witch heads that I saw. So those are pretty nifty. Also, similar to what they have from at home was a sign, a Happy Halloween sign. I know there's one from the Halloween Hoedown line that was black and orange striped. This one was black and gray striped. Very similar design aesthetics. That one was only $7. That price tag stood out. Towels, several towels. These are also tea towels, thinner ones. They had quite a number of selection of towels that you could choose from. Blanking on the exact design since there was so much. I was taking a lot in, folks. I was trying to memorize everything as much as I could, but just so much. So they had those, and they also had actual hand towels, like bath hand towels. This is the first sighting of those that I've seen this season. So they were double-sided, of course, Halloween colors. Some said like trick or treat, happy Halloween, spider with web, a gnome, because you gotta have your gnome somewhere. We can't escape the gnomes. Books. These were just books that you could just set somewhere. They're just kind of like statues, so they have those of different potion books. Then they also had the wooden books that you could open up and put something in. So I got video of those, 3 different sizes. They also had glassware. So I believe these are like Mombi glasses, so Mom Zombie. They had that zombie juice coffee mug. They also had a couple of skull mugs. One was plastic. The others were metal with kind of like a, I wouldn't say it's necessarily an oil slick look, but it was definitely gray, but it was in between. Technically those were also in a box, so I couldn't really see exactly what those looked like. Oh, what am I missing? So many things. Signs. So we saw a couple of signs that were stand-up signs, were spooky. Another was horror, where the O's were jack-o'-lanterns. Table runners, several table runners that you could pick from there. And the table runners themselves were a thicker table runner. I'm having a hard time placing the fabric, but it's definitely a linen, a heavy linen fabric. As for pillows, several pillows. These were like dual pillows that came in pairs, so I couldn't really read the front of them because the packaging for it was really good, so it kind of hid some of the design. I believe one said welcome to our web. The other one I think said trick or treat, but they had 2 different pillows in that. Of course, happy Halloween pillows, trick or treat pillows that weren't part of the 2-for-1 package. Another long pillow, which were haunted houses, or what looked to be haunted houses. Trying to remember everything. There's just a lot that I saw at Tuesday morning that I definitely was not expecting. So I will just let the footage play if I am forgetting anything in particular. It just was not, I was not expecting it. Mind blown. Loved it. Definitely had to call my husband to talk to him about like, okay, what do you think about getting this, or what do you think about that? So trying to plan some things here. But I would definitely check out Tuesday morning if you have one in your area, because they had full-on code orange, and they didn't have code orange last year in August or September, so I mean, hey, give it a shot. So now we're gonna go to Homegoods and see what they have. I'm already hyped up from Tuesday morning, so let's keep the hype going, which I probably shouldn't be getting hyped up since I should probably be going to bed soon. So let's see what we have at Homegoods. Okay, I just got out of Homegoods. This is gonna be a situation where I'm gonna have to go to sleep. I'm gonna have to wake up, take notes on everything that I saw by going back through my footage, and then report back, because there was so much. I arrived just as they were restocking. And they were restocking Halloween. So I've got a lot to go through. Definitely a situation where you like, oh, you walk into a store and you black out and then you get to the checkout counter and you have like a bunch of stuff that all of a sudden you're ringing up. That happened. So I will see you. It will be like that for you folks, but for me it'll be a few hours. So I'll report back after I take some notes and figure out exactly everything that I saw, because oh boy. Okay folks, so it is now late evening. Bear with the bad light, but it's already midnight, so we're gonna work with it. I went through all my footage and I wrote down everything that I had, and we got notes for days on everything. So I'm gonna go through everything as best I can. And I'll let the footage speak for itself in some cases, because oh Lord, was there a lot. So like I said, I walked in as they were restocking. They still had the carts out. But I'm going to call today Witchy Wednesday, because today was the day of the witches. We had witches all over at Homegoods. First ones I saw were 2 witches that were dressed in orange, older looking witches, like your traditional looking witch face. They're about, I would say, almost up to my hip. They're that tall. And I'm 5'6" for reference. Technically 5'8" in the boots that I was wearing. So they're pretty decently sized. Really good to put into like a corner or something or whatnot, if you're into that kind of thing. They also had several sitting witches of various different outfits and skin tones. I even saw one that was black, so yay inclusivity, love that. But you had orange, blue, black and white. I saw one sitting witch that was almost vampiric looking with its skin tone. It was so pale, like white skin tone. But it was black and silver and holding a crystal ball, and I was really drawn to that one since black, white, and silver is pretty much my preferred scheme. And of course, the gnomes. We can't do Halloween anymore without the gnomes, folks. We might as well just admit we've lost this war on this one. So we had, you either love gnomes or you hate gnomes. I think there's no in between, sorry. So we have, there's one gnome who was holding a jack-o'-lantern. There's another one that had bats on its head. They had a couple of different gnome trios. I believe there's 2 different ones. One with one where the center one was holding a jack-o'-lantern, and that one was black and orange. Another one was black and red, and I think that one of those was holding a sign or something referencing a sign involving trick or treat. And all those gnomes were either a yarn or knit style design. Then of course, all the skeleton items. So what I mean by that is we had, there was one large bowl that was being held up by a skeleton hand. So the skeleton hand was the base, and then the bowl itself was elevated. There's another one where the bowl would be sitting on a tabletop or whatnot, and there's a hand reaching over it. So there's that one that was also rather large. Also saw a small bowl with a full skeleton sitting underneath it, holding the bowl. So that was nifty. Continuing with the skeleton theme, I did see 3 skeletons, smaller ones, with like the dangling legs you could put over on like a mantle or a bookcase or whatnot. And it was the see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil motif. We also saw a, not a fan of this one because I am hugely arachnophobic, believe it or not. I don't get along with anything that's got more than 4 legs personally. But it was a rather large tarantula, metal tarantula. The size of a dinner plate, and I actually even hate describing that in my mind. So if you like spiders and decorating with spiders, have at it. I probably will not be visiting your house. I can appreciate from afar, but it's pretty decently sized, and from an objective point of view, rather nice looking. Although I'm still scared of it. Also over there was a plethora of Rae Dunn signs. So these were actually throughout the store. I believe there were like 2 or 3 different spots that I found these signs. So some of the signs I saw said Witch's Brew, another one said Spooky, More Booze Please. Then there was Hocus Pocus, I Need Wine to Focus, Drink Up Witches, Cheer Witches, Which Way to the Wine. I mean, these were the stand-up signs of various different styles. Some are more some are more farmhouse, others were more like your black and your white. And I'll speak more on Rae Dunn later. But when I say we got there during restocking time, there was a bunch of her stuff out that people had not picked over. So I was kind of shocked in that, but more on that in just a bit. So I saw a couple of canisters that you could probably use for coffee to hold anything like that. One was a jack-o'-lantern, a tall jack-o'-lantern. Another one was a Day of the Dead themed Dia de los Muertos style skull that was painted up. Then I also saw several tablecloths. One was black and silver, and it was done with like a witch and moon and star and bats motif. Another one was black with gold skulls all over it. Saw several small Halloween glasses. So these are, I don't know how you would describe them size-wise. I'll let the footage show for itself. But these were rather frosted over, and they had different designs on them. Some were pets and costumes of various different designs. Another one was gnomes, and I believe I did see one candy corn style as well. As for towels, saw quite a few new towels. Again, these are the thin ones. You know my thoughts and feelings on that by now at this point in the video. So some I saw were mummy bandages with eyeballs peeking through. Another one was black with white ghosts all over it. I also saw an oven mitt that would match with the bandage and eyeball towel I saw, so it was the same style on an oven mitt. Also saw more that was Here for the Booze with ghosts, checkered haunted house. Then also going along in the same area, aprons. So I saw 2 aprons that were new. One was checkered with ghosts, 3 ghosts on it, and I'm blanking on exactly what the ghosts were holding. Another one was black with white ghosts all over it. Then in the ceramic area, so I'm now starting to see things on end caps actually facing the main aisle of the store, so this is a good sign. On one of them, I did see a ceramic pumpkins, 3 of them that were stacked on top of each other that do light up, kind of like crooked and whatnot, so really nice. I really like that design aesthetic. Then we also saw a couple of candles. So these were battery operated candles that were white, but the figures on it were painted in black. So they depicted various scenes of haunted houses with a witch flying in the sky, and I believe one had jack-o'-lanterns also in the sky or in the background, another had bats and everything else, so you had that. Then they also had regular candles that you would actually just straight light up with fire, and those were also similar design motifs. Sticking also in the candle category, I saw a pillar candle that was skulls. So these were actually like skulls, not carved. I guess in this case it would be molded into it whenever you actually pour the candle itself. Then we also saw a, sticking in the ceramic category, a yellow pumpkin with boo written all over it. This is rather decently sized. I'd say about the size of my head. And then another one was a ceramic Frankenstein that was squared off, a square off head. I believe you could probably put something inside of that to light that up as well. Same thing with the boo. I'm not too sure if those were actually battery operated or not. I did not check. Considering by this point my hands are full, so I didn't want to risk breaking anything. Going back to the Rae Dunn items. Okay, so I was actually rather shocked that I saw any of this. I finally found the elusive Rae Dunn mugs, the Rae Dunn Halloween mugs and Halloween items. So walk in and I see everything on a trolley. So I did see a orange Rae Dunn mug that said Happy Halloween, but what drew my eye to it was the fact that it was topped with a ceramic jack-o'-lantern. So that was nifty. That really spoke to me a lot. Continuing with Rae Dunn items, I did see a rolling pin that had Boo written all over it. I believe this was also of a ceramic style. I'll have to double check. I didn't really pick it up and see. Not really my thing, but if it is yours, keep an eye out for that if you like that kind of thing. I also saw several mini bowls with different Halloween sayings. I believe one said spooky, another said toxic, and I can't remember what the third one said. But they were by the tapas bowl section whenever I found that one. Also saw several Halloween placemats. They had different Halloween sayings on it. I believe one said Hocus Pocus, and I can't remember what the other one was. Then we also have a table runner that was extremely heavy duty that you could roll out. That was black with one Halloween saying on it. They also had a spoon rest that was black that had Boo written all over it. And I believe that's all I saw for like the kitchen items for Rae Dunn. Blankets. Okay, so again, the stock on blankets keeps changing every single day at this point. So the ones I saw today were dogs looked like they were wearing white sheets as if they were ghosts and everything else. So that was cute. Also another dog in Halloween costumes. Again, a favorite. That's also a common theme that we're going to be seeing from here to Kingdom Come at this point. Also saw a cauldron candle that was also on one of the trolleys that was about to be put out for display. And then when I thought I was done and I made my rounds and I was standing in the checkout line, yet more Halloween. Okay, so, so what I saw in the checkout line was more towels, again, thin. One was "'Tis the season to be spooky." Another one said fabulous, right? Then another one was "Witch in the Kitchen." It had like a witch flying on a broom. These were all white with like shadow pattern all over it. And also saw more Rae Dunn items. So these were pillows. So I saw one that was black that had Boo all over it. Another had Happy Halloween. I think there might have been another one, but these were interspersed throughout the stores, I realized at this point. Then we also had several candles. I am a stickler for a good skull. So there was a few black skull candles of like decent skulls where the wick was extremely long so you could trim that down. I would probably never burn it though because I just think it's gorgeous. I don't see the point in destroying the candle personally. Sticking also with the candles, they had a tower of skulls, black skulls, 3 of them stacked on top of each other that you could light up. And then they also had white taper ones that were skulls embedded into the candle itself. So have fun if you love skulls like me. Then there was another pillow I saw that was small, witch on a broom. I believe there's also a bat in the sky. Can't remember if there's something else on that as well. More gnomes, ever more gnomes. So these were holding jack-o'-lanterns, similar to also the ones I saw when I first came into the store. So there's more of those. I believe that again they're more of yarn style. Then eyeball salt and pepper shakers. These actually kind of reminded me of the eyeball candy jar that I saw at Hallmark. So they had those, pretty decent sized. And then of course a smattering of small pillows everywhere in that checkout line. So saw quite a bit at Homegoods. I will say I did run into the manager who said, "Hey, nice seeing you again, welcome back." So they know me at this point. But I chatted up with him, and he said that they're starting to really get Halloween in like consistently now. Actually was joking how he's like, I don't know if we're actually going to have enough stuff to put out when it comes to October at this point, because it just keeps getting snatched up so fast. And another employee who was in the vicinity said that every single phone call they're getting is for Halloween stuff, not fall stuff, Halloween. So there's a lot of people hunting right now, a lot of people hunting. So be on the lookout at your local HomeGoods stores. Everything is now consistently coming in at this point, I would say. So as for tomorrow, I'm probably only going to stop by 2 stores because I want to make sure I have enough time to film, get back, and edit, and preferably have this video up Friday afternoon, early Friday evening, so you folks watching this can head out over the weekend and hit the stores and see what you can find. But tomorrow I'm thinking of heading up TJ Maxx and Kohl's again and call it good there. And then I think over the next week I'll be stopping by stores like Dollar Tree, Big Lots, and a couple of others, possibly Sam's Club. We'll see. I'm going to start editing this because like I said, I'd like to get this out to you, and I will see you after work, either checking out TJ Maxx or Kohl's. Not too sure which one I'm going to go to first, but I'll see you then. Hey everyone, it is late Thursday morning. Just got out of TJ Maxx, and just like HomeGoods, they have updated their stock, and I think it's going to be a giggly thing. Before I get into this, please excuse the AC in the background. It is hot. I don't want my camera to overheat, and personally, I don't want to overheat. So, 2 birds, 1 stone. All right, let's get into what we saw. And this time I actually took photos as well, so I don't have to keep going back to my camera for my footage, just to double check to make sure I got everything right. First thing I saw when I walked in were some dog toys, some new ones. So one was a rather large spider. When you grabbed the legs of it, it had that crinkly paper in it, so it made noise. It didn't squeak, but it was giant and fuzzy. They also had giant toy gnomes that for your pet. Not too sure how that would go with the beard, since that's a lot of hair. So I think that could be easily destroyed and get everywhere. My personal opinion on that. So cute, not so sure of execution. Moving on to actual decor. So a couple things that I did see. Some more yarn-based items. I saw a ghost that was holding a sign that had read "Boo" in it in flag form. Again, saw the jack-o'-lantern with the witch's hat, and a ghost that was dressed up like a devil. Spooky mugs. Okay, finally found spooky mugs. Say, I know yesterday we saw the Rae Dunn spooky mug, but besides Rae Dunn ones, we found all the spooky mugs. So there were several there that I saw. One was, and the one thing I like about these spooky mugs is that they had keychains with them. So like spooky keychains. Like there was that large white mug with skulls all over it that had a fuzzy bat keychain. That was cute. I believe it said "You call me a witch like it's a bad thing," or "You say witch like it's a bad thing." And I believe that also had a broom keychain. And Dia de los Muertos style. A Day of the Dead skull on a mug, also with keychain. A couple more Jack Skellington ones. Then of course you had your Snoopy one. They had a large one, a black mug with a skeleton on it. I believe it says "Wake the Dead" or something like that. It's kind of sad. I can't remember what it says, and I actually own the mug from last year. That also had a keychain with it too. And then there was also a clear one, a glass one with a skull on it. That the handle is made out of bones. And then they also had, similar to the white skull one, they had one was black and orange, so the skulls were outlined in orange. And that one had a skull keychain to go with it. Mentioned Rae Dunn. They did not have any Rae Dunn mugs, but they did actually have the Rae Dunn tumblers. So they had one for your coffee, a coffee mug with a lid on it. So I believe one said Wicked Witch, the other one said "Boo" or something to that effect. And then they also had the tall drink holders. So I think those said So I think those said spooky, beware, and there's one other that I'm blanking on. As for other glasses that they had a wine glass that with a skull on it. They also had a short glass, similar to the ones I showed from Homegoods, I believe, early this week, witches flying on brooms. They also had martini glasses. So these were black martini glasses with what looked to be lacquered orange interior. These are hand wash only. So if you get these, do not put these in the dishwasher. I have learned my lesson with that from other glasses in the past. Several signs they had. These were, I'll show all these, but these said like, witches little monsters live here with a handsome devil or something to that effect. Yes, I can drive a stick, and it's a witch on a broom. A glass a day keeps the ghosts away. Trick or treat, the ghost, which way to the wine. All these lovely signs. These are ones you can either stand up on a desktop or bookcase or shelf or whatever, or you can just straight hang them on a wall. They also had a Ouija board sign, a pickup truck with ghosts and jack-o'-lanterns in it, and then another sign that said it's just a bunch of hocus pocus. They also had some planters. So there was a large white one that read boo, to put like a small plant in. They also had a small black one that was inlaid with spider webs. Very similar to, I believe there was a Starbucks cup that had a similar design at one point. The elusive Starbucks cup that almost no one could ever grab. They also had a yoga skeleton, sitting cross-legged, hands above head. They also had some garland that was spiders, pumpkins. These were black with different sayings on them. One was white with trick or treat. The other was purple. Not purple. The other one was black and orange that said Happy Halloween. They had, they didn't have anything new in the towel section, but they did have a few new things in the table runner section. So they had one that was it's not plastic. It's almost like linoleum in the fact that it bends but doesn't break type situation, and it actually will mold pretty well. But these were, it's not a full table runner. I'd say it goes in the middle of your table. It's jack-o'-lanterns, orange jack-o'-lanterns, shiny with some foliage in the background. Everything's all orange. They also had another one that was haunted houses, and these were all, they also had one that was haunted houses, and these were all burlap. So at least, or close to burlap. So that style. That was cute, not my aesthetic, but I love the look of it, just not for my house. Then they also had a spooky blanket that was pets and dogs in costumes, so that was cute. They did have a number of doormats. One was a skeleton laying out. The other one said Hocus Pocus, and that was orange, or Happy Halloween. I think it said Hocus Pocus. So, quite a few things out of TJ Maxx. And as I suspected, stock changes every single day. So I'm fighting to not go back to Homegoods because I really don't need to be spending that much money. Because I know I will, because I'll be tempted, and I know better. So we're gonna stop by Kohl's instead and see if they have anything. And then I will check back in with you after that. Okay, just got out of Kohl's, and they did have some stuff. Not nearly as much as, say, Tuesday Morning, Homegoods, JOANN's, or TJ Maxx, but they do have some stuff. So, starting off, their main thing that you see are towels, or these kitchen towels. So, these are thicker quality kitchen towels, like they'll last a while. So, there's that. Saw several different designs, and these are sold in pairs, and the second one in the pair has a different design on it, so I'll show the both sides that I could show at least. So the one was witch is in the kitchen, there's witch in the kitchen, and the back side of that I believe is witches on a broomstick. The other one is 100% that witch, and that one has a geometric design with sigils on the other side. Then there's Cheers Witches, and that one also has like a 1960s style kind of graphic with ghosts and a couple other things on back, and potions, I believe. Then there's a striped one with a jack-o'-lantern that says Happy Halloween, and the back one of that is just a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns. Then there's another one that's Trick or Treat with a dogs in costumes. One's dressed up like a cowboy. The other, I think, is dressed up like an iguana. That's different. That's cute. I thought that was adorable. And then the backside of that are more dogs in costumes and everything else. Then you have 2 cats wrapped up like mummies with Love My Mummy. So adorable. For once, cat lovers, rejoice. You actually have one. And the backside of that one, at least the other towel for that one, is our cat heads, different designs. Then they had one that was cat on a jack-o'-lantern in front of a night sky with bats, and I think a witch in the background, if I remember correctly. And then the back of that one was also jack-o'-lanterns as standard. Then you have Little Monsters Live Here, and the other one that's orange. Very cutesy design, and I believe they have a pillow that matches this design. And then the back of that are, I believe it's candy of some form, or Halloween candy. Then you have a black cat on a white crescent moon with a gray background, and then the back of that is a black cat on a gray moon, a gray crescent moon, there we go, with a white background. And then there is a It's Just a Phase, which is purple and different moon phases. And the back of that is white with, in a single line, the different moon phases. So very witchy with that one. They also had another towel that had a cat's head with it. And those were different Halloween characters, I believe, skeletons and cats in frames. And I can't remember the backside of that one, to be honest with you. They also had a oven mitt and then a pot holder, which is Witch in the Kitchen. And then this is so cute. The mitt was a cat's head with a hat, so that was adorable. Something different, wine bottle covers. So one was a ghost, one was a dog dressed up like a ghost, and it looked like it was carrying a jack-o'-lantern pail, Halloween candy pail in its mouth. And you just put this over a wine bottle to decorate it up for Halloween. And the other one was done as a witch. So same thing, same motif with that. So that's adorable. I hadn't seen those before, so I thought that was cute. Moving on to pillows. Oh, they have so many pillows right now. So they had a trio of pillows, which were a cat's head, a jack-o'-lantern, and a ghost. These are kind of like your 1940s, 1950s style. Smaller pillows. They also had Trick or Treat, same thing, trio pillows, Trick or Treat. The or is a jack-o'-lantern. They also had a, similar to how the cat design was on the crescent moon, for towels. They also had that as a rather large pillow. Then they also had a Happy Halloween pillow, several Happy Halloween pillows. One was black and orange. The other one was very much more of a country chic style. They also had skeletons doing yoga. Another one that said Hey Boo, which was black with white lettering. Eek and Boo. These are, it's a rather large orange circular pillow and ghosts. 2 different ghosts. One holding a sign that says Eek, the other one holding a sign that says Boo, so it's cute. Another one that said Little Monsters Live Here, that's very similar to the towel design. Same lettering and everything else. And they also had a Day of the Dead style cat pillow, just the cat shape of the cat head. So that was cute. They did have a cat, I don't know how you call this, a cat cloth pail, or not bag, or you'll see. In any case, hold a decent amount of stuff. You can just put this like in the corner of a room. They also had a sign, a light up sign that read Boo, so it was a large and orange sign, battery operated. They had 2 circular placemat designs. One was a spider on a spider web that was jeweled out and beaded out. The other one was black, kind of crochet looking, but it was thicker, not really yarn. And that one was the corners, or not corners, the edges were woven with orange ribbon, bright orange ribbon. They also had your standard looking rectangular placemats. These were checkered not checkered, these were plaid. And they also had two different table runners. One was the cat on a crescent moon motif. So they did have that one in table runner form, and they also had a couple of jack-o'-lanterns and I think other Halloween characters such as ghosts and I think a Frankenstein and everything. Again, these are shorter table runners. They don't go the entire length. And these were cloth, thinner cloth, but cloth. So they also had a doormat that was Eek and Boo as well, with ghosts on it. That's all that I saw at Kohl's. So this is probably gonna be the end of the hunting portion of this video. Since I have a lot to edit at this point, I'm expecting this video to be close to an hour as of right now. But I will be filming a haul tomorrow of everything I got this week and the week prior and anything that I bought online. So I will show all that tomorrow and we'll go through all of that and then hopefully have this uploaded by Friday evening. So pray for me. Hi folks. Editor Nick Snamore here. So wanted to touch base. It is currently 1:30 a.m. on Friday, August 6th. And I am currently trying to finish up this Halloween decor hunting vlog. So I still have one store left to go through and we're already approaching an hour. So I'd also intended on filming a haul of not just everything that I got this week, but also the couple weeks prior, which is essentially everything that was after the July 4th weekend, which I showed my first haul. But considering we're already approaching an hour and I have a feeling the haul portion of this would be anywhere between 25 to 45 minutes long, I'm gonna break this up into two videos because I don't want this thing to approach 2 hours. And I'm terrified that it's going to approach 2 hours if I try to put it all in one. Also, this would make sure that I would actually hit my deadline of getting this up to you folks by Friday evening. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna, like I said, do two videos. So my next video will be the haul. That'll come out sometime next week. I'll see if I can get that filmed over the weekend. It shouldn't be take too long to edit, hopefully. So expect that next week at some point. Not too sure if I'm gonna be able to go out hunting this weekend because my mom is coming up, and the reason why, we're hunting for an apartment for her. She wants to move up by me. So look forward to probably some more stuff with my mom and I at some point, probably hunting. Maybe not be for Halloween decor by the time she moves, but other stuff in the future, so there'll be that coming. Since some of you commented how much you appreciated seeing her, so that'll be coming. And I fully intend on vlogging that process, so if you want to see that, let me know. I also have a behind the scenes video that I'm working on of the July 4th weekend. It was a 4-day weekend for me then. I had it halfway edited and then my software program decided to delete it for some stupid reason. So I need to restart that. So if you want to see the behind the scenes of the my first Halloween decor hunt of the season, let me know. It's 4 days of footage I gotta go through. But I can get that up for you folks if you would be interested in seeing that. So with that, I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for watching if you made it to this point. Look forward to getting some stuff out to you soon, and I'll see you later. Happy huntings.